Somebody in the Reddit's asking for autistic advice. As one of the world's most autistic live streamers, I'm positioned to help. Autistic friendless loser who went to a free concert needs advice, please. Hey, it's all of you. Don't understand what happened. I know this community is very autistic. Wanted to ask in the chance someone relates or has a lived experience. Went to a free concert where we had to sit and a few groups perform one after another. There weren't many people in the audience, a few old people and some of the friends of the group playing. I took a seat in the middle left side. Most of the performances didn't hit, but seeing how these mediocre, insignificant groups played for a dozen people in the public were so happy, lively, and humanly beautiful, it made me tear up. Okay, so far so good. Then the last song I heard played, I found it unbelievably good, and like any other, they were met with enthusiastic claps from the people in the audience, but I felt like the claps in the audience weren't grand enough for such a majestic piece. We're not doing a Joker thing, right? I ran out of the building because I was starting to cry, and in the park outside, I bawled my eyes out like never before. Okay. I lied. I'm asking this sub not only because y'all are autistic, but what prompts me to ask for help is the video from the Vosh Pit. Do not be that person where he states loneliness is a disease that should be treated by putting in the effort. Yeah. Won't go into details, but I went pretty far professionally, thanks to a ton of the work on speaking publicly, small talks, culture, professional ethos, but I don't feel human. I was never able to create a sincere connection, never felt comfortable around people, never felt like myself, and now after the concert, I'm feeling deeply empty inside. Deeply empty inside? That's interesting. Maybe what this feels to me is like repressed emotions. Like you have ordered your life in a very specific regimented way. You treat your interactions with other people as means to an end. Not saying you're being like manipulative, but like your interactions with people are like served as part of a broader purpose. And now you've experienced just like a genuine connection to you were touched by the fact that the musical performances were being produced for the love of expression and not because there was some big audience giving money or whatever. You know what I mean? I understand what you're talking about. If you see a really good performance to a big audience, in your mind, you're proportioning the quality of the music to the size of the audience, and you're thinking this is a product being sold. This is a like a reasonable proportional response. But then like that's different if you were like walking through the woods and you heard a woman singing beautifully for an audience of no one. That's different, right? Even if she's not singing that beautifully, now it's like, well, she must be singing for the joy of singing. Like this is just a love of the art. This isn't commercial at all. Likewise, you experience that, I think, in like the context of a public performance, right? It's like, oh my God, these are people expressing themselves for reasons other than like immediate material benefit. And now you feel empty because it feels like other stuff in your life is comparatively less sincere, right? That's like my guess. How does that track with you guys? Do you think that's like a good like armchair pitch? Because I get I get that. I think that makes sense to me, right? Like sometimes you encounter something so heart-achingly authentic and genuine that it feels like you feel this like, oof, am I the cynic? You know, like, do I do things for the love of life, or am I like am I just doing things because I think it's good or whatever? You know what I mean? I get that. I think it's normal to feel that way. I think that you should chase that feeling. You know? I think you should chase that feeling. Go to more free concerts in the park, you know? Maybe you need to like rediscover the impulse inside of you that guides them, the desire to express without any like immediate consequential benefit, you know? I felt that way kind of recently. When I went over to the Twin Cities, I saw a free concert out in a park and they were kind of banging. I left them a big tip, you know, they had a little money collection up front. But they were kind of banging. You know, it was just like some old people there, maybe a couple dozens. I don't think I understand this post, but I feel like this person thinks because art is sold is not sincere. I think that's an unfair assumption to place on them. What I think a fairer interpretation is that we usually do things for a reason, and the reasons we do things sometimes can make it feel like we're just going through the motions. Like, for example, a lot of the kind things that we do aren't being done because we have this like sincere, empathetic outreach to others, like we really want to help them. Instead, it's social obligation. This affects everyone. Everyone is affected by this. Like you will do a kind thing, not because of this wellspring of authentic desire to improve a person's life, but because you're in a public setting and you're like, oh, okay, I will. Maybe it's like giving money to a panhandler or like helping a person who's dropped some stuff on the sidewalk or whatever. I'm not saying you're not being kind. It's that there's a mix. It's the reason why there's a particular kind of beauty to helping people when no one knows it was you. You know what I mean? Like if you see a mess and no one's around and it's not your mess and you didn't even know who the mess belongs to, but you tidy it up and walk away thinking like somebody will appreciate that. There's a particular kind of beauty to that because the incentive to do it is completely detached from any other immediate pressure, I guess. Like, it's a totally different. Like, for instance, in the context of my live streaming, right? I love the rambling. I love being a gapper, et cetera, et cetera. But there's a difference between me talking about my opinions or feelings here versus me sharing my opinions with like a date, right? Like if I'm having a date and I'm like, oh, I'm really earnestly communicating, it doesn't mean I'm being inauthentic here. I'm being authentic here. But my motivations are still caught up in like a set of social expectations and the, artifices of my work, right? Like the expectations held and so on. There's a difference there. And I think likewise, the free concert kind of gives that feeling a little bit. The presence of incentives does not make something insincere, but the absence of incentives can often make it feel more sincere, which resonates, you know? What exactly are you asking? That's fair. For people, it does kind of feel like they're a bit starved for genuine human connections? I deeply understand this unhuman feeling from being autistic, though. I mean, like everything on Earth, it is to some extent or another a bit of a skill issue, right? In the sense that like you can make an effort to go out and communicate with people and feel more human. Everyone's winging it. It's not like there's one template for how you should behave or whatever, but it always takes effort. It's like a touching grass thing that you have to develop. Anyway, that's probably more attention this person expected than when they made the post, so selflessly helping autistic Redditor with sagely live streamer advice. Dog, my face feels awful right now. I feel like my face feels like it's because of the fucking skin barrier thing. My face feels like oily but also dry. I hate it. I hate this feeling. Question mark? Because of the skin barrier. Get some cream. I apply moisturizer like all the time. But applying moisturizer doesn't like actually itself moisturize, right? Like moisturizer applies a barrier to your skin so that the oils in your skin don't get like rubbed off or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like it's like a barrier thing, I think. I mean it varies depending on the stuff. Get La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Baume B5 Plus Repairing Balm. Dry, irritated, damaged skin. Is that what I'm talking? Am I talking about dry, irritated, or damaged skin? Is that what I'm talking about? Long-lasting barrier protection, vitamin B5. Yeah, why not? Whatever. Sure. A small percentage of today's stream revenue will be dedicated to me getting La Roche-Posay Cicablast something something. You get it. You understand. You understand. The whatever the fuck I said earlier. Is Vosh in a skincare arc right now? Yeah, kind of. I mean, might as well, right?